This is breaking news from ThailandTV.news. Now all the Thailand news is in one place. The latest reports from around the clock and around the world. Breaking Thailand news from all the world's top news sources, translated into 11 languages and updated 24 hours a day. Here's Ali with more.
ThailandTV.news has it all. The latest news, weather and sports updates, plus up-to-the-minute events listings and fun things to do in Thailand. And that's not all. There's also entertainment, lifestyle, and travel news, including the latest visa information. If it's happening in Thailand, you'll find it here at ThailandTV.news.
It's all here at ThailandTV.news. All the latest news, weather, sports, they even cover ice hockey. It's all done at ThailandTV.news. Yes, it's all the Thailand news, all in one place.
No, it's warm tonight. Not warm, but chill.
This is Thailand's biggest night for hockey. This is Hockey Night in Thailand.
And a pleasant, good Sunday evening to you from Thailand International Ice Hockey Arena in Bangkok. You just heard the liner guy say it, but I'll say it again. This is Thailand's biggest night for hockey, Hockey Night in Thailand. Good evening, everybody. My name is Adam Gottschalk. Greg Beatty is alongside Keith Mueller on my left. An early happy birthday to Keith. I'm sure we'll talk about that later. 36 this week, I think. Yes. Somewhere in that ballpark.
Yes. I'm celebrating my anniversary, I believe, of that. Yes.
So it's the doubleheader of the week. Today, 2 games. KCG first in the league, but coming off of a loss last week, their first regulation loss of the season. We'll see how they bounce back against SIAM Mandalay in Game 2. It's Lexicon Lumberjacks winners of 6 in a row facing Aware. We have quite a bit of lineup confusion today. There's a couple of international tournaments going on that have taken some players away from the league for this week. We have some guys in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. We have other players who are in South Africa. That's the under-18 teams, which takes a few players who do participate in this league, but also some of the coaches. First, though, let's talk about the guys that are here. KCG, SIAM Mandalay. Greg, tell me what you think about this matchup, and nice to see you again. We didn't see each other last week.
Yes, it's great to be back, Adam. I'm looking forward to 2 great games, especially the second game, the one I'm playing in. But for the first game, it's again going to be an interesting showdown between the 2 goalies. And I will say that it is
Igor Sikora, that is correct.
Birthday. It's his birthday. He's 33 today. So let's see how he does on his birthday.
I'm going to make a quick note as you see me scribbling down birthday. Goalie matchup, yes, Gabor Toth in net for KCG. It's his 7th start of the season. Goals against average of .333 and 87% on saves. Igor Sikora for SIAM Mandalay comes in playing his 5th game. Similar numbers to Toth. 3 goals against allowed, 86% on saves. We'll get to the goalie matchup in just a second, but first let me set the stage on these teams. Okay. KCG comes in 11-1-2, but today, as I mentioned, there is some, the lineups are in flux for everybody. Nobody's playing completely at full strength. Nick Lampson, who's one of the top scorers in the league, one of 2 guys with 30 points this season, he's not here for KCG today. SIAM Mandalay playing without Tom Stasny, who is here. He is at the donut shop. He is nursing a bad back, and we certainly hope to see him back in the lineup with a little bit of rest. But no Nick Lampson for KCG, and you're coming off of your first regulation loss of the season. It does put pressure on Brandon Vick to have a bounce-back game, Jan Isaacson to have a bounce-back game. Those guys were both held off the score sheet last week in terms of goals. For KCG, they've got to get goals today, and they're going to have to do it without one of their big guns.
Well, they still got Jan Isaacson, right? So I expect a big game out of him. And when I say big game, it's 2 goals or more. That's what he's certainly capable of, if not more. Jesse Starosta, yeah, he's back. Playing injured, but he's still a force out there. And he's a force because he knows where to position himself, which is in front of the net to bang in those rebounds.
I talked to Jesse before the game. He's our occasional broadcast partner. Has that nerve injury that he's been battling through. He says he's better week by week, but it's still something he's just playing through the pain. Still so good to see him on the ice, the captain for KCG. I know it killed him not to be in the lineup. Great to have him back. This will be his 2nd week back. For SIAM Mandalay, they've struggled to score goals all season long, just 44 of them on the season, a -26 goal differential, and now you're playing this game without Stasny. That puts even more pressure on Bonazzo and Friesen. They've got to find scoring somewhere today if they're going to keep up with that high firepower of KCG.
Yeah, and without Stasny, it's not just that he can score the goals, he's a great passer. So without him, it'll be interesting to see how the chemistry works out with the first line.
Let's talk about the goalkeeper matchup. It's Gabor Toth in net, as I mentioned, for KCG, and the birthday boy. See, I'm using that note I wrote down already. Igor Sikora for SIAM Mandalay. Tell me about these two. What are their strengths?
Well, they're both good. They're both capable of playing a very hot game. I did scrimmage with Gabor on Thursday, and he was really, really sharp. So I expect him to carry that greatness into this game. Igor, he plays. It's been a while since he played, I think, but he's capable of the big game as well. So it'll be fun to watch these 2 goalies.
We saw Igor, I think, 4 weeks ago, roughly here. But anyway, we'll see how this one unfolds. And getting the note from Keith that we're having some technical problems. Are we live? Are we on live?
We're working on that.
All right.
Possibly and possibly not.
Well, we hope that you're watching us. If not, then I guess you'll watch us later.
Yeah, it's recording. You'll see it later. You're probably watching us later anyway. So for you, it doesn't matter.
There you go. Well, it takes the. I can say whatever I want now, right? We can tape. We can go back and edit it out.
Right. That's exactly right. Fire away.
Getting ready for game time. As you watch it here, KCG in the gray jerseys trimmed in black and white. SIAM Mandalay in the white jerseys trimmed in green and black. It will be Friesen, the captain for SIAM Mandalay, against Jan Isaacson to take the opening faceoff. SIAM Mandalay in the first period, moving right to left. And if you have not watched SIAM Hockey League before, 17 minutes running clock, that is the rule, unless there's a stoppage for some official reason. And with that, we are underway. It's KCG. A couple of subs in the lineup. You see number 5 handling the puck. That's Mu Teng Sakwul. Wyatt Teaford is wearing 12 in gray. And the other substitution, who's not a normal part of the everyday lineups, playing for SIAM Mandalay, is also wearing 12. That's Sean Berg. Roman Laren wearing 20. Missed the game last week. Good to see him back. And he's calling for the puck at the top of the circle. And he's got it. We're just 30 seconds into the game. Laren gets the game's first shot on net, and it's kicked aside by Sikora. So we welcome you here to Bangkok, and whether you're watching us live or on tape delay, it's a pleasure to have you along, and it's great to be here watching hockey. Tan Limpimpet, who had a big game last week for KCG, loses that one. It's taken away, and that's Berg, who we just mentioned, number 12 in white. The outlet pass springs Friesen. No numbers, but Friesen will take it and just dribble one towards the cage. Easy pickings for Toth. It ends up in the corner where CJ Gamble will corral and gets it back out to the blue line. But not only does Berg whiff on the shot, but then he loses his footing. And now Jesse Starosta back. He's got a 3-on-1. The pass a little bit behind Stoddart and taken back. And now Ed McConnell was just sneaking towards the blue line and very nearly came in alone. the pass skipped off his stick. We've seen 2 players whiff on pucks, and we've also seen at least one guy fall to his rear end on the ice. Greg, I don't know what that says about the condition of the ice, but it's warm in here today.
It is warm, but the ice surface is quite nice. Nobody was skating on it for the hour before, so it is fresh.
Poirier has it. He'll fire. That one goes wide of the net. It stays in where Berg handles at the blue line. McConnell behind the net. It's Alex Phelps for KCG who comes away with it. And it does clear to neutral ice where Tang Sakwal has it. He's got 2 guys with him. The pass was actually a return pass towards Moo from Wyatt Tiford, but broken up. No score. We're 2.5 minutes into the game. Adam Gottschalk and Greg Beatty and the crew from Thailand International Ice Hockey Arena. There's Paul Stoddart. The puck bounces up off his stick where Dan Sinagulia will retreat to collect, and SIAM Mandalay will try to bring it out and at least clear the zone. 1 shot each, no score. There's an interception by Jan Isaacson and taken right back. McConnell got a stick on it. McConnell has it. He's got Sinagulia with him to pass a little bit behind him, and it kicks off the back of his skate. He tried to kick it skate to stick, but in the end it is taken back and cleared out to neutral ice. Ralph Dittmer springs Jeff Bonazzo, who was right out of the box. We may have too many men on the ice. They were in the middle of a line change. I don't think Bonazzo was ready for that pass. We'll see what the call is, or if it's just a stoppage because the door was open. Let's take a look at today's away team. This is the roster on the screen for KCG. At the moment, no penalty called, so I guess it's just one of those.
No, I think it is a penalty.
Well,
yep, they're coming now.
All right, they're getting somebody to come skate towards the. Let's see, let's count the guys on the ice. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and yes, it will be Gamble who will skate off and serve the team minor penalty, which is going to be assessed for a delay of game. Too many men on the ice. Sorry, not delay of game, too many men on the ice. It wasn't because the door was open, it was because the line change was a little bit off. Either way, here's Friesen. Penalty assessed to SIAM Mandalay, so this is short-handed. Friesen fires one through to Bonazzo. Couldn't get a stick on it, but a pretty nice short-handed opportunity for SIAM Mandalay. The way the power plays work here is 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but the clock runs. Roman Laren quarterbacking the power play unit for KCG. He's got Isaacson, Vic, and Ichiro Hara, the forward line out there. It is Mu Tangsakwal, the other defenseman. He's the one who has it now. Into the middle of Hara. He'll float one, and it was off the stick of Simpson, the defenseman. Laren tees up a rocket slap shot. That one was, I think that did get through to Sikora, but makes the save and clears the length of the ice, where it's picked up and slapped towards the goal by Friesen, and Toth had to be on his toes about that one. It was actually, I thought he was going to be behind the net when he got a handle on it, but he actually had an opportunity there.
Yep.
Here's Isaacson. He'll circle around the net, throw one towards the cage. It hits the back of Ichiro Hara. It is still KCG possession. They're on the power play for just about another minute. There's a steal. Vic had it taken off his stick and cleared and out. And that will take us under the 60-second mark of the power play. And we see Vic, Isaacson, and Hara, the forward line, skate off. Now the defenseman, too. A wholesale line change here for KCG, except Tangsakwal, because he had the puck. He stays out there with Starasta, Phelps. That looks like Wyatt Tiford.
Oh, and a goal.
And that's a goal. Power play conversion for KCG, and they take an early 1-0 lead. And that was as soon as that second line came out, they looked like everybody knew where they were supposed to be. It was a pretty easy, well-executed play, and it leads to the game's first goal. Give KCG the early lead.
Yep, I believe Jesse Starosta got the assist on that when he made a nice check, popped it over to Wyatt, and Wyatt had a nice shot in the top corner.
I don't have statistics on the reserves who are playing because they're not everyday members of these teams, so I can't tell you how many goals across all the teams Wyatt Tiford has scored this year. But Jesse Starosta will pick up his 11th assist of the season. Now Simpson trying to counterpunch. It's actually Mu, not Wyatt Tiford. That was Mu Tangsakwal, according to public address announcer Dom.
Okay.
But yeah, assist to Starosta. That's his 11th of the season. and a 1-0 KCG lead. I was sorting out who the subs were that were out there, and I missed the goal, so thanks for picking me up on that one. Stoddard has it. He's got 2-on-2. It is in offsides, and there's the whistle. So 1-0 our score, KCG over SIAM Mandalay. And that gives us a chance to have a look at the home team, SIAM Mandalay. The roster is on the bottom of your screen. 3 shots, 1 goal, KCG. SIAM Mandalay, no goals on 2 shots. Couple more opportunities where the puck just skittered across the goal mouth. So if you're SIAM Mandalay, maybe nothing you can really say that you should change strategically. That one was... CJ Gamble put one on net. It was saved by Toth, but it almost looked like his momentum carried him back into the cage.
Yeah.
He kept the puck in his glove in front of him, and so it's no goal. He did knock the goal off the moorings for a moment, but it's back on. That was really close, actually.
Yeah, it was a nice save, but yeah, he was way back in his crease on that one. But the puck stayed on this side of the red line, so no goal.
Andrew Sia's slap shot right off the face-off, deflected off the skate of Starasta, and KCG will take it back. Starasta leading the charge with T-Ford alongside, and there's another offsides. Might have been Stoddard on the far side or T-Ford on the near side who got in first, but the face-off will come back out to neutral ice. Just a reminder, our second game of the doubleheader, Lexicon Lumberjacks against Aware. Cannot wait for the all Thailand TV goalkeeper matchup in that one, as I believe we're going to see Greg Beatty and Lance Parker.
Yes, that'll be the battle of the broadcast booth.
Next week it'll be me versus Keith. Uh-oh. I'm kidding. Anyway, there's Isaacson with the steal. Nice pass to Hara, his shot. I don't know if that got a piece of the goalie as it went wide. He might have deflected it, but back came Friesen until Jan Isaacson took it away. Isaacson in, makes a move, fires, and it goes past the net. Nice play by Sikora, getting just enough of that, but there's a steal. Roman Laren's shot kicked aside by Sikora. That was just an unlucky bounce as the deflection carried him right to Laren, who was all alone. But a nifty pad save from Sikora. And there's a steal. The puck flipped out looking for a breakaway from Friesen, but stolen back by Laren. 1-on-3, fires, save made. Sikora got his pad out. Isaacson gets it back. Jan Isaacson tries to drop it to Hara. Taken away, but right back from Limpinpet. He'll fire one towards the net. Sia got a piece of it. It stays in possession of KCG, though, where it's finally cleared, but not out. Now here's Laren again. He'll put one in the breadbasket of Sikora. Long offensive zone possession for KCG. Isaacson has it. Isaacson makes a move, fires again, a save and a whistle, and we'll see what this is, but I think they're going to bring the face-off out. I'm not sure what this is going to be about, but both teams will make a line change. Do you see what that might have been?
I didn't see what that would have been.
I thought that was just a quick whistle.
The goalie never possessed the puck, so I don't
know. I think Jesse's asking the same question with that one.
What I did see is that Roman Laren had about 4 shots on that shift.
Yeah, I mean, Roman Laren, he has one of the heaviest shots in this league. And I know if you're Igor Sikora, you really don't like to see him all alone 10 feet out. But either way, the score remains 1-0. KCG in the lead. SIAM Mandalay survives that onslaught, and now they'll try to get some offensive zone time, but that puck just kind of dribbled around, and it's still being fought for against the near side wall. Adam Simpson's in there battling against T-Ford. Simpson still has it under his skates. Official saying play on. Starasta now in there, and he'll get enough of a piece of it to get it to Alistair Fawcett, who will spring the next offensive possession from Paul Stoddart. KCG, the ice has been slanted the last few minutes. Comes back out to neutral. 8 shots officially for KCG. It feels like 7 of those have been within the last, say, 90 seconds of game time. That's a mistake. Dan Sinagulia will pick up the bouncing puck, and he'll turn around and fire a little backhanded pass, but it goes right to Starasta. KCG, every time they've got the puck, they're trying to push tempo. But that time the pass was just a little too long for Stoddart. cleared around where Saku Rantanen tried to collect, but it goes over his stick and back for Teng Sakul. 5.5 minutes left in the opening period, an entertaining first period. If you're KCG, you've had the majority of the opportunities and the game's only goal. There's Stoddart in alone, fires, and that's under the crossbar and in. That's a goal for Paul Stoddart on a nifty play, his 6th of the season, and KCG takes a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, the Siam Mandalay defenseman let Paul Stoddart walk right in. Of course, most of the time you're going to score when you're in front of the net like that, and he popped in a nice shot on the top blocker side of Igor.
Vic wins the face-off for KCG. There's a turnover, though, and picked up by Gamble. SIAM Mandalay now, you got to score the next goal. You're down 2-0 against the league's #1 team. It hasn't been a one-sided hockey game in terms of gameplay, but last few minutes you're starting to see KCG really picking up the tempo and getting the opportunities. Onside, there's Limpinpet. He tried to find Vic. It stays in the offensive zone. Vic has it, flips a pass over everybody's stick, ends up on Limpinpet's blade where it doesn't get through, but that's Hara who takes it away and still has it. Another long offensive possession for KCG. Laren's shot saved, a rebound right to Vic, saved again and covered by Sikora.
Yeah, that was a screenshot. It was a nice save by Igor. And Vic was standing right in front of the net to get that rebound, and of course there wasn't one because Igor just swallowed the puck.
That was a pretty nifty saucer pass just a few moments ago. You don't see a lot of those. As a Washington Capitals fan, that's Nick Backstrom's signature, right? Those little saucer passes that float over about 4 guys' stick. Lands on the blade of Alex Ovechkin. Here's a Scott Murray breakaway, but somehow catching up to Murray's speed coming from behind was Teng Sakul, who makes the takeaway. Now back is Ichiro Hara. Hara towards the middle. Sikora kicks it away before Vic could get a stick on it. There's Hara, feeds Limpinpet. Hara to the middle. Laren, another open opportunity, but recovering to make the block. I think that was Murray who got there. If that was Scott, that was a really nice defensive play just to close and get back in time. But Roman Laren, you're going to have to start paying attention to where he is and not leaving him alone. That guy has a cannon shot.
And he's hard to follow tonight because he's playing a very forward defense. He's on defense, but he's playing a very forwardish game.
Here's Limpinpet. His shot hits Sikora in the chest. Sinagulia collects the rebound and finds Berg, who will try to get it out and avoid Limpinpet's pressure. Feeds the near side wall where Saku Rantanen collects. Rantanen onside. He's got Poirier next to him. Sinagulia completing that forward line. It's Dan Sinagulia who has the puck now. That one goes between the skates of Ralph Dittmer, and it is Phelps for KCG who will chase after it. Collision behind the net with Poirier. It ends up taken out by Starasta, and now it is on the stick of Sean Berg. Berg towards the middle looking for the centering pass to Starasta. It just got through, and here is Rantanen. Puck still between the blue lines. We're under 2 minutes left in the opening period. A 2-0 lead for KCG. There's speaking of those saucer passes, that was a floater looking for Stoddart. He's got one of the 2 goals today. Stoddart has one, and Teng Sakul has the other. Jesse Starasta made a bid for one himself right there, but Sikora was able to stay with it, not get fooled by the deke, and make the save. Up to 13 shots now on the scoreboard for KCG. It was, I believe it was, 3-2. Now it's 13-4.
Yeah, in the first 5 minutes of the game, it was actually pretty even. Siam Mandalay was making some nice breakout plays out of their own end, but in the past 10 minutes or so, it's been all KCG.
Quick reminder to our network affiliates, we've got 60 seconds left in the opening period, and when this one's done, it's going to be your commercial break. So board ups, come back into the studio. KCG possession. There's a nice pass to Jesse Starasta. Welcome back. Tucks that one home in the near side post, and his teammates all tapping their sticks on the ice, welcoming the captain back. He was playing last week for the first time since suffering a really serious nerve injury Didn't score last week. He came close. He did get that one. He's got a goal and an assist and a terrific first period for the KCG captain. Give Jesse Starasta his 7th goal of the season. Mike Friesen slap shot deflects off the stick of Alistair Fawcett. Friesen trying to get one back right there. Now here's a potential breakaway from Tieford. Wyatt Tieford collects the puck off the end boards, fires a shot that is saved by Sikora. It is still in possession of KCG, but it doesn't matter as the clock runs out. 3-0 KCG, our score after one. Back after this on Thailand's biggest night for hockey, Hockey Night in Thailand.
This is breaking news from ThailandTV.news. Now all the Thailand news is in one place. The latest reports from around the clock and around the world. Breaking Thailand news from all the world's top news sources, translated into 11 languages and updated 24 hours a day. Here's Ali with more.
ThailandTV.news has it all. The latest news, weather and sports updates, plus up-to-the-minute events listings and fun things to do in Thailand. And that's not all. There's also entertainment, lifestyle, and travel news, including the latest visa information. If it's happening in Thailand, you'll find it here at ThailandTV.news.
It's all here at ThailandTV.news. All the latest news, weather, sports, they even cover ice hockey. It's all done at ThailandTV.news. Yes, it's all the Thailand news, all in one place.
Back for the second period, a 3-0 KCG lead. That was, Greg, methodical. That was, I wouldn't call that a dominant period for KCG, but you look up on the scoreboard, they're up 3-0, and we don't have, obviously, statistics on time of possession, but they had almost all of it. Jeff Benazzo fires a shot. That's one of the hardest ones that Toth has had to face. Only the 5th shot on goal for SIAM Mandalay, but Toth up to the challenge. Now Brendan Vick back. Vick's shot goes wide. Friesen trying to get it out. It's still inside the blue line. We're keeping his skate on the ice to hold it in was Tang Sakul. Greg, what can SIAM Mandalay do to adjust in the second period?
Well, they got to get their big guns scoring goals, which would be Friesen and Jeff Benazzo.
SIAM Mandalay playing this game without Tom Stasny, who's out with a injury. We obviously hope he's back before too long. One of the most exciting players to watch in the league.
Is it a donut injury by chance? Kneading the dough or something like that?
Hey, if it is, I hope he doesn't tell anybody because those are some of the best donuts I've ever had. So
Okay.
let's not do anything to jinx that or keep him away. Anyway, we've got plenty of time to talk donuts later. For now, donut on the scoreboard for SIAM Mandalay, and I'll say that was better. I'm quite proud of that one. That wasn't too bad, right?
That's why you're a professional. Don't try that at home, folks.
Vic just scored. Brandon Vick just ripped a shot that didn't get above maybe 6 inches off the ice. That one had bottom left corner written all over it, and Brandon Vick just got his 8th goal of the season. That is quite a shot from Vick. A little seeing eye worm burner. He's on the right side of the goal crease, and he fires one that hits the inside of the left goal post. That's a goal scorer's goal.
Yeah, those are hard to stop because they just slide right along the ice, and you're not expecting the puck to be shot at that angle.
4-0. They teach you as a goalie, obviously, when the shooter's on the other side of the ice, to hug that post, right? You want to stay as far as you can towards that goal post and cut off that angle. You don't usually expect to see the shot going to the far post, but give Brandon Vick credit. His 8th goal of the season and one of the prettier ones we've seen from him this year.
Yeah, and I'm sure Igor would like to have that one back.
4 goals on 16 shots for KCG. I think if there were questions about how KCG would respond to their first regulation loss of the season, whether there would be any, as a steal, Ichiro Hara, he shoots. Pretty nice play, saved by Sakura. KCG's been in first place since, I believe, week 4 this season. And ever since then, we're now 14 games in. They've been in the driver's seat here in the SHL, but they just suffered their first regulation loss, and Mike Poirier couldn't get a stick on it, and it's covered by Toth. So I guess the question was, would they come out flat? Would there be any, mental sort of stumbling block after getting, that setback last week? I think the answer clearly so far in this game has been no. They're firing on all cylinders.
And they're making a lot of nice rushing plays out of their own end. In the first period, they had 2 3-on-1s, which is quite unusual. That was in the first 7 minutes of the game. So they're positioned well, and they know where each other is, and that's why they can make these nice passing plays.
I think the scary thing for the league, if you're talking about KCG, as Dan Sinagulia has a look, nice save from Toth to keep that one out, and it's cleared. I think the scary thing for the league is that it's been a while since we've seen KCG playing at full strength. Today there's no Nick Lampson. We saw a couple of weeks without Jan Isaacson. We saw no Jesse Starasta for several weeks earlier in the season. And they just keep winning. Brandon Vick missed a game or two. Nice play and a better save as Sikora stays down on the ice to rob Starasta of his second potential goal of this game. There's a steal. Stoddart fighting for it behind the net. But imagine if the entire team were here playing and healthy, how scary that would be. I mean, I can't remember the last time we watched a game when Nick Lampson, Jan Isaacson, Jesse Starasta, Brandon Vick were all in the lineup together, and those are 4 of the best goal scorers in the entire league.
Well, that just goes to show how much depth they have on their bench, that if 1 or 2 guys are missing, it doesn't seem to matter.
And we can mention Roman Laren as well. He's missed several games this season. Shot whiffed on from Limpinpet, but he keeps possession. Again, if you are just turning this on, which if we're streaming only, that's very unlikely. You probably didn't just turn it on at this stage in the game as Laren's shot goes wide. However, it's KCG in the gray, SIAM Mandalay in the white and green. KCG is shooting on the goal to our left and doing a lot of that. Scott Murray stays onside, and he'll get a stick on one, but it's covered by Toth, and there's a whistle. Toth is pointing his guys towards something.
Yeah, Gabor's always animated out there. He's always yelling at somebody, and sure enough, that's what he was doing this time. I'm surprised he smothered the puck on that one, because he usually likes to get rid of it or pass it up the ice. So that was a bit unusual play for him.
I think his first reaction, and I'm just guessing, was to try and sweep the puck along to the left, but his team might have been in the middle of a line change. There was just nobody over there. The ice was empty, so I guess that was the reason to cover. Looking at the guys on the ice now, I'm not sure if that's the case, but I thought that was how I read it at least. There is Tieford chasing after the puck, but it ends up possessed by Dittmer. And then Simpson has it and clears for SIAM Mandalay. A 4-0 score, KCG in front. We are 6.5 minutes into the second period. Mike Friesen with the steal. Friesen tries to toe drag and flips one backhanded over the net. Friesen now feeds Dittmer, has it in the middle, tees up a slap shot. That one's blocked in front and taken back by Stoddart. And now Stoddart looking for a little pass angled off the side boards. It's back in the hands of Bonazzo, and SIAM Mandalay possesses. Bonazzo's shot, that deflected. I believe both of those deflections were Alex Phelps. Bonazzo has it again. He's got Friesen with him. There's a goal. Bonazzo, a nifty pass. Mike Friesen did what we've so often seen him do with it and buries it top right corner. 12th goal, 31st point for Friesen, and SIAM Mandalay is on the scoreboard.
That was a beautiful play and a nice shot. It was, I think, Friesen was overdue to get a goal. He's had some good scoring opportunities, some good rushes up the ice, so it was nice to see him get one.
Jeff Bonazzo gets his 11th assist of the season, and that was a perfect pass. Ed McConnell for SIAM Mandalay throws one towards the middle, and it was very nearly 2 goals on 2 possessions as Saku Rantanen had an open look right in front of the cage, but Gabor Toth, a nice job to get the pads down and make that stop. And now here comes Stoddart with Hara and Tieford. Roman Laren and Teng Sakul were the defensemen. Dan Sinagulia, rather that's Poirier who has it. Poirier's shot dribbles in. It's covered, and there's a whistle. It wasn't really covered for a moment. That puck still stayed loose, and you could see Toth reaching the glove out looking for the puck, and he was able to get it. Man, how close this came to being a 4-2 game just like that.
Yeah, two quick goals in succession it would have been, but it didn't happen, but it was very close.
It was Ranton who had that opportunity for SIAM Mandalay. We've got 18 shots for KCG, 10 officially for SIAM Mandalay. In our second game, still to come, it's going to be Lexicon Lumberjacks and Aware. Goalkeeper matchup, as we've mentioned, Lance Parker and Greg Beatty. We got a whistle here and a hook, and that's going to be a penalty. So with that, as we wait for this call to be sorted out, 2 weeks from now, I'm not going to give you too much details about this on the air yet, but I'm going to be back here filming a hockey-related piece for OTR, which is a program that you see on the right side of your screen. This is the food and history and culture channel that we have on YouTube and here on Thailand TV. Really happy to have had a really good week for OTR. We've about tripled in size, let's say, in the last 10, 15 days. Had a couple of videos do really nicely. It's nice to start getting a little bit of traction. It's hard for a new channel, but thanks to all of you and everybody who supported us, there's a shot saved. Either way, now that we have a growing audience, we figure let's use our powers for good, not evil, and support the SIAM Hockey League. I'll tell you more about that when we're here in a couple of weeks taping, but I'm very excited about this idea. Let's say that we found a way to tie in hockey with food.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to that one. And Adam, how often are you doing those videos in a month? Is it 2 or 3 each month, or is it one a week?
It's one a week.
One a week. Wow.
There's a nice save from Sikora on Limpinpet. So it's one a week. I mean, it's a full documentary. We're putting a lot of hours in to get one out every week. Let's say every 5 or 6 weeks we'll take one off. It's not a consistent one a month, but it's just, there are some that just, take more time. Some where we have a couple of sleepless nights to get it out, and when that happens, usually, the nice thing about a YouTube channel is that you really don't have a boss. You don't have anybody telling. You need, for the sake of revenue, income, and channel growth, you have to continue putting product out. However, we can make a last-minute decision that we're going to skip a week for the sake of personal health and sanity, and we'll do it, and that's how it's usually happened. It's not like we'll typically schedule the week off. It's more like, our usual production schedule would be filming on Tuesday and then editing, let's say, spend 2-3 days writing, do a couple of drafts of the edit, get together usually on Saturday to complete the edit. But if we can't finish it on Saturday, we have 2 or 3 straight weeks where we're now working Saturday night into Sunday, Sunday night into Monday to get this out, because we always post on Tuesday nights. Then we just need a personal health and sanity break, and that's how it usually works. Here is a T-Ford attempt to split the defense and part the Red Sea. Couldn't quite get through. SIAM Mandalay trailing by a 4-1 margin as the penalty expires, and we see Roman Laren skate back onto the ice. Laren immediately out of the box is the one to get the puck. Now here comes Laren. He's got a couple guys with him. Laren goes backhand and scores. What a play. How often do you see straight out of the penalty box and a goal?
Well, that's being in the right place at the right time.
Roman Laren, that is a nifty play on the breakaway from the defenseman. Absolutely gorgeous goal. He got it tucked in with the backhand, and there's number 5 for KCG. Number 4 for Laren.
Yeah, that was some nice stick handling, too, on that breakaway.
Limpinpet has it for KCG. He's got Isaacson with him. If you told me before the game that with Nick Lampson out, more than halfway through this game, it would be 5 goals for KCG, but Isaacson wouldn't have any of them, I'd be surprised. But then again, there's so much depth on this team. Isaacson to Vic in the middle. Vic, who does have one of those goals. puck bounces back out to neutral ice. 22 shots to 11. KCG has doubled up SIAM Mandalay. Here's Laren looking for another one, and he buries it. You know, those opportunities in the first period, Roman Laren just kept having these point-blank looks, and every single one of them was turned aside. In the second period, the puck luck has changed. Give 2 consecutive goals to Roman Laren. He's now up to 5 on the year, and the team is up to 6 in this hockey game.
Yeah, he's stepping right up. He's been on fire since the first shift, and he is capitalizing now. But he's been hot all game.
It's a great point. He has been the guy who probably has stood out the most in this hockey game so far as we got a whistle and another penalty here. This is going to be a trip, and I think it's going to be Poirier who's told to skate off, which will be a KCG power play. And Mike Poirier going to the bench, going to the penalty box on a trip.
Yeah, that was a good call.
Oh, what a game from Roman Laren so far. He has such a heavy shot, but you saw that first of his goals wasn't on that famous slap shot. That was just on a nifty one-on-one move and deking past the goalkeeper.
And normally you wouldn't see that from a defenseman.
You know, sometimes in this league, though, based on who's playing where, who the teammates are, what the lines look like, I mean, you see Tom Stasny, for example, playing defense, right, in a lot of games. I don't know what Roman Laren's history is back when he played professional hockey, whether he was always a defenseman or whether he played any forward, but that was a forward move.
Yeah, absolutely.
So power play again for KCG. They converted on their first of the day. Alex Phelps' shot that deflects off Bonazzo's skate and into the corner. It is Phelps, Tengsakul, Starasta, Hara, and Stoddart, the power play 5 for KCG. That's Mu Tengsakul holding the puck into the blue line. Stoddart has it. Phelps' shot blocked in front. Murray clears. Back out to neutral ice, but couldn't get it the length of the hockey rink. Hara brings it back in. Hara flips a pass that skips over Stoddart's stick. Phelps comes off. Laren, looking for the natural hat trick, comes back on, and he's got the puck. Roman Laren tees one up. That was a big shot, but did not get through. I think that got a piece of Andrew Sia, who is smarting after taking the brunt of that one. 50 seconds left. We'll see if Roman Laren can convert that rarest of feats, the natural hat trick, 3 goals in 1 period. First, though, they have to get it into the offense, and Laren's the one who has it, who will pass ahead to Mu. Starasta and Stoddart, the other forwards. Starasta turns around and drops one back, but Stoddart had overskated it, and the puck cleared the length of the ice. Final 25 seconds left in the period, and also that corresponds almost exactly to the penalty time assessed to Poirier. Jan Isaacson, first line, now back out there for KCG, looking for a Vic deflection. It's Limpinped who collects. We got 10 seconds left. Now 8, now 7. Laren has it. Roman Laren's shot deflects off McConnell, and that will run the final seconds off our second period clock. Stations, this is your local break. We will step aside and come back with the third. This is Thailand's biggest night for hockey, Hockey Night in Thailand.
And you're back.
Third period. 6-1 KCG leading SIAM Mandalay, and we've seen some great passes in this hockey game. Now we get to see another one as the baton will be passed from Greg Beattie to Lance Parker. Goalie to goalie, Greg's going to go downstairs and get ready for the second game. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you, Adam. And Lance is already dressed. He's pretty much in full equipment except for his helmet and his gloves. And I'm going to pass the reins, the broadcast reins, over to Lance, and I know he's going to do a capable job, and hopefully he won't be so capable when he hits the ice next game.
We will not play favorites up here when two of our favorites are going to be facing off against each other. Greg, good luck, man.
All right.
Here.
I'm also not wearing a chest protector for anybody that's wondering.
You are going to put one on for the game, right?
Oh, no doubt. I hope so. I should remember. Yes.
It'd be a big mistake not to.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. The security that that provides is unparalleled.
It's 6-1 KCG over SIAM Mandalay and Limpinpat.
Almost 7-1.
Almost 7. That's correct. As Isaacson, who has not scored. Surprisingly, when you talk about 6 goals for this KCG team and none of them for Jan Isaacson.
Yeah, I remember I mentioned it last week. He's not as good as he used to be ever since his few incidents, his back-to-back incidents that he had. He just hasn't been shining as bright as he usually does. But what do you know? Here we go. The broadcaster's curse. You say something's going to happen and it goes the opposite way. Well done, Jan Isaacson. I certainly missed you. Good to see you scoring again.
The broadcaster's jinx strikes again. Jan Isaacson gets not only that goal for the 7th of the day for KCG, but he becomes the first player in the league this season to hit the 20-goal mark.
Excellent.
20 goals for Jan Isaacson, the league's #1 goal scorer, who has fought injuries this season, but he's still out there. And KCG 7 goals in the game they're playing without Nick Lampson. Quite a performance.
I saw Roman Laren get 2 goals within 2 minutes of each other, I think, as well.
Almost completed the natural hat trick with that power play at the end of the period.
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah. He shot it up high, and then Igor Sikora got his blocker on that.
So, Lance, while we have you on headset for at least a few minutes here before you got to run out and get ready for the second game, too, tell me about your game. Lexicon Lumberjacks riding a 6-game winning streak as Jesse Starosta chips that one just wide.
Well, Ben's won most of those games. I've definitely got at least one of those under my belt, maybe 2. I can't quite remember.
Let's just round up and say 3 or 4, but at least 2. I can say that almost definitively.
And I think I told you last time after my last game that the your Lucky Charm streak continued, where Scott was in the broadcast booth with you and he scored a goal the next game. Jesse, same. And then for me, I couldn't score. You recommended I should, but in fact, I won the player of the game that game. So that's my main motivation for coming up here, to be honest with you. I'm trying to get that good luck charm off you.
Or at least to match the good luck charm that Greg just earned by doing the first couple of periods.
Yes.
What is this going to be? You know how boring it would be for me if this works and it ends up being a 0-0 hockey game?
Well, I do recall one Simpsons episode where Homer said to Ned Flanders, "Hey, I prayed to God too. We both can't win."
Good times. It is 7-1. KCG leading SIAM Mandalay here in the third period. Adam Gottschalk and now Lance Parker in the goalie pads. Lance, give us a little inside baseball here for a second. Take us inside your pregame prep. What is it? Stretching? Are you doing hand-eye coordination drills? What are you doing before the game when you're getting ready to start as a goalkeeper?
To be honest with you, I'm relaxing as much as possible while stretching. So maybe I'll do some deep breath stretches, almost yoga or Tai Chi like. I've done a lot of martial arts in the past, starting with karate, doing some kung fu, and now the Thai kickboxing. So I incorporate a lot of the stretching that I've learned from there.
What a steal from Isaacson, and Sikora stayed with it and made a brilliant glove save. Man, SIAM Mandalay, the first period, the first few minutes of this game, they played pretty evenly. If there's one difference in the game, that's going to be a penalty on Ralph Dittmer. I think that he got his skates tangled up with Roman Laren's on the ice.
That might be Hara, in fact.
It is Hara. You're right.
There was a delay before that.
Hard to see 28 and 20.
Right.
Especially when they're kind of in our blind spot up here in that right side corner. It definitely looked like 2 guys got tangled up.
I'm glad Hara's all right because he was getting up slowly and he was favoring his wrist. So not sprained, not broken. Happy to see that, and he's still on the ice.
As of this moment, we don't have a penalty called, but there's only 4 guys on the ice for SIAM Mandalay, so they must have called it anyway. Just looked like Dittmer skated to the bench instead of the penalty box room, and Laren just teed up a bullet from the blue line looking for the hat trick. Saved by Sikora. Vic has it. It's another power play for KCG. I believe 1 for 2 in this game. Isaacson back to Laren. Laren comes in. He gets tripped.
No
the official
penalty
says
there.
Play on.
Yeah.
To me, that might have been a little bit more egregious than the one that did get called, but either way, pass to the middle, and there's a Brandon Vic goal. That
Hara
was
was
right on through. Hara's on the ice again.
Yeah,
right?
he was looking for a penalty, and good thing the ref didn't blow the whistle because KCG was able to tic-tac-toe that into the net with Hara down and out on his tummy.
Second goal of the game for Vic, 9th of the season, 8th of the game for KCG, who have outshot SIAM Mandalay 29-11.
Wow. That is not a lot of shots
Well,
for SIAM Mandalay.
And I believe the first 4 shots for SIAM Mandalay were all within the first 60 seconds of this game. They actually were out shooting KCG early. And so it's, 7 or 8 shots maximum.
Did they lead the game with the scoring too? Did they get the first goal?
They did not. No,
Okay.
they I believe their goal came when they were trailing 4-1. And then they were turned away at the goal mouth when they almost made it 4-2. But no, the first goal of the game was KCG.
All right. And just out of curiosity, I know it's been said already, but who's subbing for SIAM Mandalay?
Just Sean Berg, number 12.
Okay, and then Moo as well, I think. Or no, Moo's on the black team. Excuse me.
KCG is Moo and Wyatt Teaford.
My bad. Excuse me.
A lot of guys are, if you missed the first period, a lot of guys are. There's 2 national team. Oh, that's a beautiful goal from Mike Friesen. Friesen gets his 13th of the year, 2nd of the game. He's got both of them for SIAM Mandalay.
The fat lady has not sung.
A lot of players from all 4 teams are missing today because of there's the U18s, the under 18s. There's the national team playing sort of split. One team in South Africa, the other team in Mongolia. So some players in the league, like for example Jimmy McAleer, are not here because they're on the team.
Yeah, and
Other
then
players
James Forware, he's a
coach.
He's a coach
So
in Mongolia.
That's correct. So other players, I believe Ken Kinborn's out, Nick Lampson's out, Patrick Forstner's out, Ernesto Bauer, Onosu Sutikul is out. There's a lot of players who are not playing today, and some of them are at least tangentially related to this, whether it's through coaching, through support personnel, or through playing these 2 national team performances. That's an offsides as Stoddart just barely could not get back out of the offensive zone. We're talking about your pre. So go ahead.
Oh, sure. I was just going to say, I like what Team Thailand has done and put together 2 squadrons. James was saying earlier that the boys who couldn't make the A team, they assembled the B team and sent them to Mongolia, which was, I think, a really nice touch on Thailand's part. But yeah, back to the pre-game routine. Yeah, I just like to get as much stretching as possible, try to loosen up, and try to think about not letting in any goals whatsoever.
Do you have a pre-game playlist? Are you one of those guys who'll put your headphones on and that's a puck is underneath Sikora? Let's see if it got through. I think he kept that out and gets the whistle. That was Hara on the doorstep trying to sneak that one in.
Almost getting knocked down again.
He's left an Ichiro Hara-sized mark on the ice the last 2 possessions. Don't mean to laugh. I hope he's okay.
No, he's certainly a tough character out there.
But yeah, what's the Lance Parker pregame warm-up mix?
Well, tonight I was listening to some old school Our Lady Peace, starting with Starseed from the late 90s. And then I dipped into their 2000 playlist, Superman is Dead and Clumsy.
I had that on CD when that first came out, for sure.
Okay.
That was... I'm a couple years younger than you, but I was right in my music-loving heyday. Jan Isaacson.
Nice save.
Tries to go 5-hole on Sikora, who stays with it. And, the numbers are not going to look pretty from Sikora in terms of goals, but he's when he's faced 32 shots against this explosive team, he's actually made some terrific saves in this hockey game.
I can believe it.
Sinagulia intercepts that pass, but Laren holds it in. Roman Laren looking for the hat trick. He's got 2 in this game. That's a beautiful pass and an even better save going post to post. Sikora keeps that one out. Now odd man rush. Andrew Sia leading it. And he was trying to find Saku Rantanen, but couldn't get through. He will collect, but by this point, out of harm's way was the puck. Rantanen, McConnell, and Sinagulia were the forwards for SIAM Mandalay, but there's a steal, and here comes Isaacson. Drops the pass back to Laren. Limpimpet has a skip over his stick and comes back out. Lance, if you need to go down and get ready at any point, I appreciate you being here, but whenever you feel the need to go get set up for the second game,
all good.
Be my guest.
Yeah, I just got to pop on my chest protector. The jersey's already on top of that. Attach the helmet to my head and put on the gloves. I'm good to go. That'll take a total of a minute, so I'm going to stay until the end, if I may.
Well, of course, you certainly may. I'm going to go get a donut then. You can take us the rest of the way.
I see the donuts are out already. There's a couple of boxes on the table ready and waiting.
Oh, the pressure's on. I do have donuts in my backpack waiting to bring home after the game, which are not the Tim Hortons variety, but these are ones I purchased from Tom Stasny's shop downstairs. Is there a name to the shop?
The Barn, as far as I know.
All right.
I used to call it the farm. That was wrong, but it is, in fact, a barn. And it's got that barn theme, I think, with the paneling on the outside. Have you
tried the food there yet?
He's supplied some samples for some charity matches, and occasionally throughout the past year or so, he'll bake at home and then pass it around in the dressing room. My absolute favorite are his chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, I did not get one of those tonight, but here's meanwhile a 2-on-0. Stoddard has it. Stoddard tries to go top shelf.
In the cookie jar.
I think, wow. I'm embarrassed that I didn't think of that. Here's another steal. It's Tiford has it. And a nice kick save. Sikora getting the pad out. What I did get before the game, though, as my pregame meal was a new one. I mean, new to me. He said he just started serving it here. He may have made it for you guys before, but
what a save. Gloved right out of the air by Igor Sikora.
That
what did you have? Save. Sorry.
The donut sandwich, where Tom used the donut dough, but not glaze, no sugar or anything, right? And made I can show you a picture. This is not going to be great for our viewers because they won't see my cell phone. But
you can leave a comment on the Facebook later.
There you go. No, that's fine. But yeah, post it later. Donut dough as a ham and cheese sandwich.
Yeah, it looks like almost a bagel-like, if I dare say.
A little bit of mustard, some mayonnaise. It was absolutely dynamite. That is going to be my pregame meal from this point forward.
Good choice. Even though I had quite a feast already, looking at that sandwich certainly is mouth-watering. You're going to have to post that online for everybody else, at least watching on the Facebook.
And for your young kids watching, use your imagination. I know that you're not used to that, but give that a shot.
Oh, shots fired. Shots fired.
And let's, for the last 4 minutes of the game, let's let Keith rip on Generation Z. Keith, this is like the Andy Rooney segment at the end of 60 Minutes. Just go wild.
Yeah, what's the story with
Old man yells at clouds is the Simpsons reference number 2 of the day.
I like that save Igor did sticking out his leg there.
Coming soon to Thailand TV, yeah.
Igor Sikora flashing the pads. The last couple of possessions, he's made some brilliant stops. Sikora, even with the 8 goals allowed, has 27 saves, and against this high-powered offense, some of them have been absolutely dynamite.
He's such a big goalie. I don't know who's bigger, him or James, but they take up a lot of net. And their athleticism, especially Igor, he's in incredible shape. Maybe in the best shape out of all the goalkeepers, either him or Ben Kleineshay for the Lumberjacks.
You know, I don't like saying this because you don't want to criticize any team. Everybody plays hard. It's always fun to watch these games, but I think it will drive. Is that one?
Gabor says no.
That's under. Cloth had it. It was under his elbow. I think it's going to drive SIAM Mandalay crazy if they watch this tape later to see how many open looks KCG had. A lot of them were stopped by Igor, but just didn't do enough to get bodies in front and clear guys out. There were, especially in the first period when it was 4-0 KCG, it felt like every possession there was somebody completely untouched just waiting in front of the goal. Limpinpet feeding Vic.
I don't know how many times I've seen that, a 2-0 in this third period alone.
Quickly, as we get down to the last 2 minutes of the game, momentarily, let me take the opportunity, before it gets away from me, to thank our production crew. Always a pleasure to work with all of them. That puck is behind Toth, but not in the net. Alex Phelps was standing back there to keep his stick down, but I don't think he needed it. I think Toth kept that under him the entire time.
He was stuck in his pads, and he looked behind him because he couldn't find it. And then he dropped and sat on it like an egg.
Anyway, credit where credit is due. Executive producer of Hockey Night in Thailand, Keith Mueller. Camera crew, Jin, Pang, Ellie, Opor, Tanya, and Sonia. Color commentator, Greg Beatty. Color commentator, Lance Parker. Goalie matchup in Game 2, Greg Beatty and Lance Parker. So definitely stick around for that one. And I believe, Keith, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think I've got Scotty Hockey with me, Scott Murray up here on microphone for Game 2.
That's what we've been told, yes. The union called and said Scotty will be here. So,
hey, either way.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to look to park myself in the net, and I'm sure Greg's going to look to beat me.
I am excited to watch and also excited to see the game. It's going to be a lot of familiar faces not playing in this one because of these tournaments. Vic fires. That one stopped by Sikora.
Another save.
Has that one blocked again by Igor. Limpinpet got it on a stick again. Back to Vic. Sikora gloves it down. We're under a minute left to play, and the goal is off its moorings. It's not a close game, so the clock will continue to... What's the rule? It has to be a 2-goal game or a 3-goal game?
2 at least,
2 goals for the clock to automatically stop in the game's final moments.
I'm kind of wishing it would have stopped just to see Igor get some more shots and tally up his number of saves overall.
He has 31 saves on 39 shots in this game. And that will just about do it as the clock ticks down to the last 10 seconds here. 8-2 KCG will get the win to move to 12-1-2. SIAM Mandalay falls to 3-11-2. 3-11-1. And now Lexicon Lumberjacks in Game 2 will try to keep pace. It is shaping up to be a terrific stretch run. I know you've got to run.
No, I got time. No worries. They got to clean the ice. I still got time to stretch. I'm already dressed.
So I just said it's going to be a terrific stretch run. I was buying myself time.
You were on the air? You were on the camera?
I was buying myself time after saying it's going to be a great stretch run to make a joke about how you need to run to stretch, but I couldn't figure out how to structure that joke. So anyway, 8-2 is our final. 2 goals in the game for Roman Laren. Brandon Vick had a big game as well. He had, I believe, 2 as well. Jesse Starasta back on the score sheet for the first time since coming back from injury. Nice. He gets his 7th, and he gets an assist, maybe more than 1. It's hard to track assists from up here. Nice performance from Starasta, and 8 goals for KCG.
Who would you say the star of the game would be then, from what you saw of all 3 periods?
I have to give. I think Greg would give it to Roman Laren. We discussed that before he left. In the first period, it felt like Laren was the guy who popped on every offensive possession, and he didn't score. In the second period, it was a much more balanced offensive look for KCG, and Laren got 2 goals. Total team effort. Obviously, Gabor Toth, just 2 goals allowed, but he really wasn't tested very much following the first period. You know, Igor Sikora gets a hat tip, even giving up 8 goals. He played a pretty nice hockey game anyway, but yeah, we'll wrap this one up pretty soon and get ready to move on to second period.
Yeah, we got a little technical problems too, so we want a little extra time. So, gentlemen, thank you. And go get me a donut if there's one down there. I'll be working on something here, that'd be great.
Good luck, Lance.
Good luck, Lance. Good luck to Greg as well. Good luck, Lance. Thank you for coming by.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And we will see you. We will see you shortly.
Enjoy that next game. All right, see y'all later.
Goodbye.
This has been a presentation of Thailand TV.tv, winner of the SHL Golden Mike Award for Excellence in Broadcasting for Hockey Night in Thailand.